Welcome, dear students. Starting with today's lecture, we are going through the fifth unit of our subject, vehicle safety and maintenance. And today we will cover up fuel injection systems. We will cover up the parts of the fuel injection system and what malfunction and what remedies are there for fuel injection system. Now, starting with the first thing, that what are the main components of fuel injection system are. If we go through a fuel injection system, because there are two types of injection system. One is that in which the injector is being used, and another is the carburetor type. Because carburetor type is basically not used in most of the four-wheelers these days. It is confined to two-wheelers only. Because these days most of the vehicles are using the common rail type or the direct injection system they are using. The main components which are there, starting with the fuel tank itself. From the fuel tank, a fuel pump is there. This fuel pump is called lifting pump, and it has one float also to measure the fuel level. And this pump is driven by the battery current. This fuel pump is used to lift the fuel, and is used to get into the fuel filter. In this figure, the schematic figure, this is a general figure from your book. They have shown only one fuel. They have only shown one fuel pump. Basically, there are two fuel pumps are there. One is available over here, and second is also there. That is mechanical developed because we can't have that much high pressure which is required in the common rail. Because in diesel engines, the rail pressure used to go as high as 1000 bar. So that's why you can't get that much pressure from this pump which is being immersed in the fuel tank. You have to use another pump, but this is a common figure, just use schematic figure you have to draw in the paper. So one pump is sufficient. They have shown. The fuel filter they have shown. If you go for the automotive industries or for the vehicle, the fuel filters are of two types. Their size is dependent on the microns. But as far as the scope of this subject is concerned, because you have to just cover up the fuel injection systems and means the repair you have to cover up. Means as far as the theoretical portion is concerned, you don't have to go for that much thing, but you should know that after a fuel filter, the fuel is to get into the common rail. The common rail, I would like to show you that how the common rail used to look like. This is the common rail being shown to you, and this is directly connected to the fuel injectors. And water fuel that is additional means if somehow it has not been injected, or due to the less time of injection or due to the ideal condition of the vehicle, means the throttle condition is not that much given, then fuel used to return also. For return, a separate line is there that is being not shown over here. A fuel pump is also shown over here that is driven by the camshaft, and how the fuel pump used to feed the common rail that is being shown to you. In the common rail there is one inlet, and the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4 are the outlet ports for injectors. Means injectors are connected to this single common rail. And from the common rail, a single injection is being shown to you. The fuel used to get directly injected into the intake manifold, and intake manifold, the air also used to enter. Air used to enter from airflow mass meter, and air temperature is also measured. A throttle body is used. This is being shown to you, a butterfly valve, because as more the driver will press the throttle body, the more this butterfly will become horizontal, and if more the horizontal it is, the more airflow will be there. This is the throttle body being shown to you, and both fuel from the common rail and air from this direction used to get mixed up over here, and at that particular time the spark plug used to ignite the fuel, because spark plug is used in petrol engine and diesel engine, and direct auto ignition is there. And thereafter, when the complete cycle is completed, the fumes or the burned gases used to go out, and in between they are sensed that how much oxygen is there in the burned gases, because we have to give the signal for the fuel metering, means how much fuel we have to give, if the oxygen is less or more. For this they are using one oxygen sensor. The technical name they have used is lambda sensor. They have used over here. And after this, the catalytic converter is there. They have not shown. And after catalytic converter, also one lambda sensor is there, that is called downstream lambda sensor. So these days 2 lambda sensors are used, but they have not shown over here. And this is a complete fuel supply system. Now we will go through the parts of the fuel supply system. The common rail system is also being shown to you because in that the spark plug was there. This was the gasoline direct injection type system GDI that is being used for petrol engine. If we use for diesel, that is called CRDI. So for CRDI, the common rail is being shown to you. The rail will remain the same because we have to feed all the injectors. First injector is to be feed, second one is to be feeded, third and fourth. All the 4 injectors are to be feeded with the common rail, and this common rail is being shown over here. And other subcomponents are shown starting with the air mass meter because air used to get enter whether you are using the 4-cylinder inline engine, 1, 2, 3, 4-cylinder engine inline engine you are using, but the air will enter through a single passage and it will get split through an intake manifold to the 4 cylinders. Now in between they are using a air mass meter unit also because 2 types of air mass meter these days are used. One is hot wire method and second is a hot film, means wire and film. 2 types of method they are using, wire and film. The basic difference is one is giving the electrical signal and another is giving the data signal, because these days most of the vehicles are working on ECU system, so both wire has somehow become obsolete and now the hot film system is air mass meters are used, means for measuring the air quantity of air which is being flown. Different type of air mass meter is used. Now second one is the ECU. The ECU is being shown over here. ECU is the main master opinion of the complete engine system management system, and different type of engine management systems are there on the net. You can go through that how the engine management system is being carried out and what memories are there in the ECU in the ECU and how many signals it used to take the decision, because it has to take the signal from several places. What driver wants, how much throttle he is giving, what load is there on the vehicle, what speed of the vehicle is there, and after those decisions it used to inject the fuel. Final injection is being made. High pressure pump is there because I have told you earlier that 2 pumps are there. One is low pressure, that is lifting pump, that was inserted in the fuel tank itself. It was shown to you that this was the fuel pump that was inserted in the fuel tank, but this in your book only one fuel pump they are given. But usually their fuel pumps are one is for lifting, because fuel tank is located at the back side of your vehicle and from that much long distance you have to transport the fuel. So one fuel pump is primary fuel pump and second, that is the main fuel pump that is being shown to you, that is driven by the camshaft. And this is being shown over here, the Bosch fuel pump videos you can see how do you use to work. Now thereafter after the fuel pump is the common rail. Common rail I have already shown to you in the image also. It will be shown that this is the common rail. The alloy material, this is being shown over here. Now after the common rail, the other thing is the injectors. These are the 4 injectors which are shown to you because these are directly connected to the common rail. They are getting the fuel supply from the common rail itself, and these injectors used to get a current, means the electrical signal is given to you to these injectors, and as they get the electrical signal, there is a solenoid type mechanism which get activated and they used to work. But if you are working for a high speed multiple injection system, means if the injection are more than 6 to 7 times, because these days what used to happen, we have engines with regeneration, means we have to inject the fuel several times. For that piezoelectric material is used, means the injectors are of 2 types. One is the piezoelectric and another is the solenoid types. And thereafter we have the engine speed sensors. The engine speed sensor are attached to the flywheel itself, that what speed the engine is running, because ECU has to take the signals from the engine speed sensor also, the throttle position also, what driver wants, and other air metering and the lambda sensor. All signals are to be used for proper working of the fuel injection system, how much fuel is to be injected. And thereafter we are having the coolant temperature sensor, what the coolant temperature is, and filters are there, which is being shown that fuel filters are there because we have to filter the fuel also. the fuel filtering mechanism is shown, and the accelerator pedal sensor means what driver intentions are there, that are measured only by means of accelerator pedal sensor. Now we are starting with the need of ECU system is there in the vehicle. There are two vital information which is required. The one vital input is the system is speed, and second is the load. Means by means of these two inputs, means because they are using the engine speed sensor also, which was shown to you over here, and the load also. The what load conditions are there for throttle body, the throttle position they have used. They used to get the input, and in ECU system used to take the decision as per the stored, as per the information stored in its ROM. Means a small memory is there in the ECU, and for each defined position, particular decisions are there, means how much injection is to be made, and ECU used to take the decision by itself for what, in this condition, what injection is to be made. Now hereafter, what conditions of speed are there, because there are two conditions of speed. One is the ideal speed, means the vehicle is at ideal condition, it is stand still, means it is standing and it is under the running condition. And second is the fast idle and controlled by the ECU and a suitable actuator. It is possible to have a form of closed loop with electronic fuel injection, because these electronic fuel injection systems are used, how much fuel is to be injected. And the sense also used to get from the lambda sensor also, because what oxygen content are there in the exhaust, whether the mixture is too lean or too rich, that is also determined. And the signals of lambda sensor are also used for adjusting the injector open time. In this way, we can see that fuel injection system, the inputs are engine speed, what speed of the engine is, what engine load is, what coolant temperature is there, and what throttle body position is there, what the lambda sensor measurements are there, what battery voltage are there. And from this, the ECU used to take decision for a fuel injector as well as ideal speed control, means at the ideal condition what speed is to be controlled, means what throttle is to be given. And major components of fuel system we will cover up, starting with the first system. The total system which we are going to cover up today, we are 12. We are going to cover it one by one, because we should know the basic thing, that what components are there. Then only we can know that how the maintenance is being carried out. Starting with the first system, there is the fuel tank. The fuel tank is being shown to you over here. This is the filler pipe and the fuel gauge opening. From here the opening is there. Baffles are used in the fuel tank. I will tell you what baffles are there. Fuel outlet. From here the fuel used to get the fuel outlet, and because one pump is there, that used to lift the fuel from here. One drain plug is there if you want to clean the complete fuel tank. And between baffles some passage are there. You can see that between the baffles they are using certain passage. What is the need of baffle is there? It is being shown through a video I have downloaded, and why it is being used. So we are going through that video. This is the video. You can see in the video that a tank is being filled with a fluid, and they are showing that if the fluid used to move like this, the position they are showing, it will work, it will give a surge on the vehicle also, because they are showing that if this type of beam is hanging and if it is moving, then what will happen, this will give unnecessary forces on both the walls. To eliminate these, the baffles are used, because these eliminate the waves also, the strength of the waves, and the braking force and other force are controlled, because it is very difficult when the vehicle is going for heavy maneuver. Without baffle we can't go. The baffle stops the slosh movement, that is called, of the vehicle, and these waves are completely cut off. Now the other component is the fuel lines. The fuel lines are the tubings with rubber and sometimes metal strap, and tubes are kept leak proof and can withstand high pressure, because high pressure are required. Initially the fuel lines are of low pressure, but after the fuel pump they are of high pressure, and generally fuel lines are connected with couplers or benzo boards. Images also I have downloaded, that how the fuel lines used to look like, and you can see that beneath the vehicle, if you go the lower side of the vehicle, if you lift the vehicle from the fuel tank, the fuel lines are being shown. The coupler and the clips is also shown over here, and it is being shown that one is the fuel for going towards the high pressure pump, and another is the return line, which is being shown over here. And this is how the fuel lines used to look like. Images also I have downloaded. You can see the how the fuel lines used to look like. I think this is only the fuel line, and the remaining four, they are different lines. The single fuel line which is being shown to you over here is this one. They are what they have shown. And the next thing is the fuel level indicator, because in the instrument cluster or at the dash, we directly used to get the reading of what fuel level is there. These days, two-wheelers also used to have this feature that you used to get directly see what fuel level is. Earlier, mechanical type indicators were used, but these days we used to get electronic signal, and dash used to give electronic signals. So how the fuel level indicator used to work, I have downloaded one video also for that how the level sensor used to work. In this video, what you are seeing, that the person is removing the fuel tank. He has removed the rear seat of the vehicle, and beneath the seat, there is a cap. He has removed that cap, and now he will pull out the fuel pump. The fuel pump is being pulled out from the fuel tank. It was earlier immersed in the tank, and he has pulled out. And what used to happen in this fuel tank, you can see over here. This can be you can see over here a float is there. This float is rheostat type sensor. Rheostat type sensor is there, and so the variable resistance is used to give the electrical signal, and that are used to judge whether the fuel tank is filled or not, because he will show that how to test. The video is about testing the fuel level sensor, what voltage you are getting and how much amount of resistance is there. He is checking it through the multimeter, and now you can see that he is operating also at this position. When he is at the top, he had taken it, or the top means the fuel tank is completely filled, and as soon as the fuel will get emptied, it will come down. Now it is down, and after all the service, he will put it in the fuel, because it is completely immersed inside this fuel pump. I was telling that this is the primary fuel pump. It is used for lifting, and with the fuel pump itself, they have given two things. One is the thing I have shown to you, that is the fuel level sensor. I have shown you that this was the fuel level sensor, and one temperature sensor is also there with this, but this is not discussed in our lecture today. So this is how the fuel level sensor used to work. Now hereafter, the next thing what is there is after the fuel level sensor, the next thing is the airflow mass meters. I have earlier told you that the air means what quantity of air is going. That is measured through an airflow meter, because metering of fuel as well as air, both are done. You have to measure both the things, and the ECU has to take the signal that how much quantity of fuel is to be injected. And what used to happen, that for air we use hot wire method as a hot fill method. So please go through some videos of hot film also, because these days most of the vehicles are having the hot fill. This used to give the direct electronic signal, where the data signals are obtained, and ECU is convenient for data signals. And how this used to work, and the location I have earlier told you that where it is being placed, because if you see one video I have downloaded for this also, because in this the air filter is being shown to you, and this is the location of the air filter, and this is the location of air filter, and this the combination which you are seeing over here. This location, this is the hot fill air mass meter. Means you have to remove this coupler and this coupler. Both the coupler you remove, air is entering, and after filtering it is going to the intake manifold, whether it is 3-cylinder or 4-cylinder engine. So this particular thing is called air mass meter. See how the coupling is being done and how the signals are used, and these are fed directly to the ECU, ECM, whatever the thing they are using. Now we have come to the ECU. This is the fifth component. The ECU, how it used to look like, this is the master brain of the system, because These days, engine management systems are used for fuel supply, and certain are patent systems also. Complete circuit of the ECU is being shown to over here, and how it is being integrated to the vehicle, because for integration of the vehicle we use a CAN system or LAN system or whatever system they are using. And the complete, there is a cut section view, this is being shown over here, and this is the complete assembled view. A coupler with different size and a coupler with different size is being used over here, and both are used together to get the signals. This is the part which we used to give the training to our students also, and this is how the ECU used to look like. And it has a ROM. They have stopped that programmed ROM is there, because from that it used to take the decisions that what is to be done and how much injection is to be done. Now hereafter, the next thing is the fuel pump. I have told you two fuel pumps are there, but main thing is that if you are getting the fuel supply that of 1000 bar for common rail, then how you are getting? For that, a mechanical fuel pump is required, and which is being shown over here that the vehicles are of two types, whether it is carbureted type or fuel injection type, both require the fuel pump. And how the fuel pump used to look like. I have downloaded one video also for fuel pump also, that how the working of the fuel pump is there. This was the fuel pump shown to you for the vehicle, the primary fuel pump. And if we go for one more fuel pump, means high pressure fuel pump, this will be shown over here. It is a cam driven fuel pump, means the drive is given by the cam, and how it used to work. I would like to show you that this coupler is directly connected to the cam, and now here the basic principle of its working. There are three plungers which are used simultaneously. One is over here, second is over here, and third one is over here, and this is the cam driven shaft. And this complete rotor is given such a mechanism that in single rotation, means if your camshaft is rotating at half the RPM of the engine, all know that camshaft used to run at half the RPM of the engine. When it is used to rotate in a single rotation, it used to give the upward motion to this plunger thrice. Means three lobes are there, first, second, and third. If you see the video also, when the first lobe will come below it, it will move it up, and when the second, then the third. In the single rotation, three times it used to go up, and what used to happen? Slight pressure is given by a single plunger. Similarly, the second one, and similarly the third one. Means the three plungers are giving simultaneous operation, and by means of it, we are getting the pressure. Now he is showing that how to open it and how it is replaced. This is being shown. He is showing the mechanism of replacing the gaskets. The gaskets being replaced. A certain leakage is there, because certain leakage were there in this. Now we are covering the seventh part, that is the fuel filter. The fuel filter is being shown to you over here. These fuel filter used to come in the micron size, means how much micron the limit, means there are two types of fuel filter in the vehicle. One is for low pressure line and another is for high pressure line. Fuel used to get enter from this direction, this is being shown, and after going through this direction, and it used to return from the central line and goes to the common rail. Means this is being shown to you. The fuel pump is used for filtering the fuel. Hereafter the fuel pump, we are having the air filters, because we are filtering the fuel, then we should filter the air also, because avoiding dust and air. The dust air, if it enters the cylinder, remain unburnt and create power loss. In carbo, it may cause choking or off flow. The fuel filter you can see over here. I have downloaded one video of the fuel filter also. What used to happen in the fuel filter? First you have to open the bonnet. The person is opening the bonnet from here, inside of the vehicle. Now he has pulled the lever. The bonnet is open. And this is the Maruti vehicle, the common vehicle. The air used to come from this direction. After fuel metering, it used to go inside the chamber. This chamber is called fuel filter chamber, and he will remove the fuel filters, because this is one of the defects that we used to get in fuel injection system that the air filter is not clean and air is not getting that much. So he will open this particular thing. Now he is opening. Now he has taken out the fuel filter and this is being cleaned either by damping it, means by some jugs, or by a compressed air, because most of the technicians generally use the compressed air to clean it, and it is being placed again if it is not damaged. Now after the fuel filter, the next thing is the lambda sensor. The lambda sensors, I have told you, these are used in the tailpipe. One is used before the catalytic converter. If the catalytic converter before, there one where lambda sensor is there, and one is after that. These are used. The signals of lambda sensor are very much important for the vehicle, because from the signals, the engine used to take decision that how much fuel is to be injected. For this also, I have downloaded video. So the video you can see that how the used to work. The working you can see. In this video, it is being shown over here that this is the catalytic converter, and one lambda sensor is before, that is called upstream, and one is after, that is called downstream. But basically in most of the vehicle, only upstream lambda sensor is used, because this is sufficient to measure the quantity of oxygen. Whether if the oxygen is more, then the air fuel ratio is lean, means fuel is less. If oxygen is less, then air fuel ratio is rich. From that, it can be the data can be taken, and this is the catalytic converter they have shown, and this is the muffler. Now in the lambda sensor, what used to happen? This lambda sensor get inserted into the tailpipe. A certain portion is inserted in the tailpipe. This is the portion that is shown. This portion is inserted, and from the density difference of this air and the outside air, means they have shown one video also. From the density difference of the air, means the air which is inside the pipe, the oxygen is less, and the air used to come in through concentrated pipe also. And from the density difference of the two, this air is coming from inside also. This is the fresh air, and this is the air in the tailpipe. From the density difference of these two things, means air over here and air over here, a feeble voltage is generated in the zirconium dioxide electrode, and this is the zirconium dioxide electrode layer is being shown over here. And from the zirconium dioxide electrode, a voltage is generated. This is shown over voltage, and what the limit of voltage they have shown over here. They have shown that if the voltage is 0.9, then it is rich mixture, and if it is voltage is 0.1, that is lean mixture. So that is a very low voltage, and from this low voltage we used to come to know that whether lambda sensor, what signal it is giving. Besides lambda sensor, other things are there. This is the fuel injector. I have not downloaded the image of fuel injector. I have told you that most of the vehicles are having solenoid type fuel injectors, in which a coil is there. As soon as the coil get current, means coil used to get current, it get magnetized and move the plunger, and when the plunger move up, the fuel used to get injected, because the fuel injector, the injection used to take place from here. As soon as this plunger move up, this orifice used to open and injection takes place. The second one is fuel pressure regulator, means the injector I have told you. One is solenoid, another is the piezoelectric. Piezoelectric injectors are used in high speed vehicles, in which multiple injections are required, because these are very costly. Piezoelectric. So these injectors are of two types. One is solenoid and another is piezoelectric. And you can cover up these things, because these are the parts of the automobile branch. But due to the scope of subject, I am not covering these topics over here. The 11th part is the fuel pressure regulator, means the fuel pressure is to be regulated in the intake manifold, and for this particular device is used for maintaining the fuel pressure. And the last one is the throttle position switch, means throttle position switch is used to give the indication to the ECU that whether the vehicle is at ideal condition, means you are not pressing the throttle, and you want to that the vehicle should remain started, and that much quantity of fuel should be given to the vehicle. Or when you are throttling the full, means driver intentions are known by the throttle position sensor, and from this throttle position sensor, the system used to get the decision that how much fuel is to be injected. Now hereafter we will hereafter this we will cover up. This is the basic of the fuel injection system is I have given to you over here. After this we will cover up what malfunction or what means problems are there in the fuel injection system and how to rectify them. And later on we will cover up the similar things, mean cooling system parts and how to rectify the problems, lubrication system parts, how used to work and how to rectify the problems, and one by one we will cover up all the topics. If any query is there, then please do inform me and please go through the videos. Thank you.